Hello, so we recently watched Hocus Pocus 2 on Disney Plus. The reason we're in the car is because we're about to go into Knott's Scary Farm, so technically doing 2 videos in one day. But so we're gonna keep this spoiler free, so it's gonna be a shorter review. But I actually liked it.
It's cute.
Yeah.
It's really cute. Like, I don't care about those negative BS reviews. It was so cute. Like, I don't even know what the negative reviews were all about. I think they were just like mad about the things that they're usually mad about.
I mean, some of the ones that I saw, some people said like, oh, some of the jokes felt forced and cringy. I'm like, well, I actually laughed a lot more than I was expecting. And like, I knew...
Did you not see the first one with the cheesy 90s references? Come on.
Oh, I know.
These movies are not meant to be a masterpiece. They're just supposed to be fun and whimsical, and they're meant for young audiences. And unless you can get some of the other jokes, which, you know, back in the 90s, that one who lit the candle flew over my head.
Yeah.
And they even call a reference to that joke too. Like, a kid asks, like, oh, what do you mean? Like, what's this word that needs to... I don't know if I can say it.
I don't think there's anything bad.
Okay, they're like, what's a virgin? And then the guy goes, like, he's just like,
Yeah, because as, you know, millennials get older and start having kids, like the older millennials have kids, like, and you watch that movie with your kids, someone's gonna ask, what's a virgin? And you're like, how do you answer that to a 7-year-old?
I mean, some people just don't care and, like, give their kid a cell phone. They're like, look it up.
Yeah, pretty much. So, but as far as, like, since you touched on that, there weren't too many, like, in-your-face 2022 references, I thought. Like, it wasn't a cringy, like, very 2020s movie, if that makes sense. Like, there wasn't a whole lot of, like, yeah, people used iPhones, but there wasn't, like, oh, so over the top, I thought.
Yeah, like, there was, like, because I made the joke of, once they start using their cell phones, it's going to take you out of the moment with, you know, whimsical witches. But they did it in a way where it fits. Like, it's a present day film, but it's also like, I feel like I'm going to spoil it if I say what happens, but there's just like, let's just say this does not work in that universe. Yeah, like they don't use technology to get around magic. So that they accounted for that pretty well. Yeah. And there was like certain things in there that you were like, oh, that's so cleverly placed. Like the whole broomstick gag and the vacuum thing. It plays in very well. Like, they knew how to tie it all back together. Yeah, like there were some good callbacks to the original without them using the original as a crutch. Yeah. Yeah. And unfortunately, there is no Binks. There's a few characters that don't return for like different reasons. There's like story reasons, and then some of the actors, like Omri Katz, who is Max in the first film, he just doesn't act anymore. So there's reasons like that. But yeah, the original 3 Sanderson sisters, they're all back. And you said that Doug Jones. Yeah, Doug Jones, he's back too. Yeah. So the actors who do come back, they do really well in coming back to their parts. It's basically like, here's a new generation of children having to deal with the same bullshit our generation. Sorry, I mean that's a way of putting it, though. I didn't mean to slip that out. It's like, damn, now Gen Z has to deal with witches. It's like, in a way where it kind of, in a sense, it's like mimicking the modern world where millennials thought they solved a problem, and now Gen Z has to deal with that same issue because an idiot made a mistake, or, you know, thought they were doing something to help. Like, yeah, I didn't really think about that, but you're right. Yeah, like, and it's gonna take all of us to like fix it, basically. Except I wish they would kind of show that better, but yeah. Yeah, but I mean, overall, I thought like the way that they brought out some of the conflicts and like interpersonal conflicts too, I thought actually all worked pretty well, because they had that for the
main characters as well as the witches. Like there were conflicts in there too, and
yeah, it was like really.
I know that you actually felt bad for some of the witches at one point.
I mean, because like, you know, I grew up with them, and you're not supposed to be on their side, but because
no, not at all.
You are familiar with those characters, you automatically want to be on their side, like, for what they're doing. I think the whole, like, backstory of when the witches were younger, kind of, like, it was... Actually, no, you know, I don't really have a...
I feel like it did what it set out to do as far as the flashback showing the witches when they were younger. Like, showing a bit more of their backstory. Like,
it's basically like the power of their sisterhood, and like, you know, and it's like, because what is it? There's like this whole thing where a witch is just as or like, you know, a witch, her most valuable asset is her coven.
Yeah.
And so like it kind of like relates to like these 3 girl characters that you see, and now you have the 3 witches, and you kind of see like this slight parallel, but not really. Like,
yeah, I feel like we caught on to the parallel pretty quickly, but it didn't feel... I didn't think it was too forced, the parallels that they were going for.
And I thought the 3 girls did such a cute job. Like, I love the one that's dressed up like Mary.
Yeah.
She is so cute.
She was really funny in this.
Yeah, she was adorable. Like, I love the main girl, too. I forgot... oh my god, I forgot their names already.
Yeah, I'm, like, blanking on the names, but...
Yeah.
But I thought all 3 of them did a good job, especially the one who... Because, yeah, you compared them to the 3 Sanderson sisters. Yeah. Like, there was one that was clearly supposed to be similar to Mary. She was very much a standout for this movie.
She really was. Like, I feel like I want to see her do more, like, comedic roles, because she was funny. I mean, I don't want her to get typecast, obviously. Yeah. But, you know, like, her comedic timing is really good. Just as good as like Kathy Najimy.
Oh yeah, I was like, why I was forgetting the name for Mary, but yeah, Kathy Najimy, you're right. But yeah, because their comedic timing was very similar. So I feel like that may have been part of the casting because of like the parallels they were going for. Because you're right that the actress for the girl, her comedic timing was very similar to Kathy Najimy's timing.
Yeah, and like, I feel like the main actress who's like supposed to be like the parallel of Winifred. Yeah. Like, she reminds me a little bit of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Kind of. Like, I can see why. Kind of.
Because she's like, if Winifred didn't have any evil, like, you know.
Like probably if Winifred had a different upbringing.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you can't blame them for being the way they are just because you know, I mean, it's a Salem witch.
Well, that's the thing, is that the first movie you would kind of just believe that, oh, they're just evil because they're evil. Yeah. But then this one, because it shows some backstory, like, oh, well, maybe they had these evil tendencies, but they became more evil because they're going through the Salem witch trials, which were a really horrible time.
See, we watched the first one right before we watched the second one, and the only thing that I was slightly confused about is how she gets the book in the first one versus how she gets it in the second one. Because doesn't she say that she gets the book from Satan himself?
I think they just say that at one point.
Oh, like, but in the second one, it's different.
Yeah, so I think they may have done a bit of retconning, probably because the Satan thing, maybe they thought that was too cliche.
Maybe it's the devil in disguise.
I mean, it could be. I mean,
because we don't even know like exactly what that character is, because it can shapeshift.
Yeah. It could have been, but yeah. Oh, we're almost at 10 minutes for this, but yeah, I think it was really good. You think it was really good?
It's definitely a family watching. I feel like you gotta watch it with your girlfriends. Like, I wish I had a bunch of friends, like, when I was growing up in the 90s that were into Hocus Pocus and stuff, because I feel like this would have been such a fun watch to be, like, you know, painting your nails and, like a slumber party. Like, it's one of those slumber party popcorn flicks.
It's definitely a fun movie to watch with other people who are into Halloween as you are.
Yeah, and they're not, like, up their ass about, like, you know, the new generation getting films and stuff. It's... Because... I mean, I know this movie is for the next generation, but as, like, the generation before it, I really enjoyed it.
Well, yeah, like, our generation, you know, we're both millennials, so we were able to enjoy this just as well, even though, yeah, it was targeted at Gen Z, and though it stars Gen Z actresses.
That did a good job.
But, yeah, they did a good job, and, you know, us millennials, we liked it. You know, we had all our reasons for enjoying it, and you'll enjoy it a lot more, just like the first one, too.
Go in it with an empty mind.
Yeah.
Just go in it not expecting anything. Don't compare it to the first. Honestly, like, both of them are good on their own, except the first one with the binks.
Yeah, I would say also don't take it seriously, which is the same case for the first one.
You shouldn't be taking films that seriously in the first place. It's art.
Both movies you're not going to like if you try to take them super seriously. So with the second one, just like with the first one, don't take it seriously and you'll have a good time.
Don't take film seriously in general. Just have fun with it. I mean, shit. It's not like it's gonna come out of the screen and talk to you and, you know, unless they're breaking the fourth wall, but still.
I know.
It's not meant to be life-changing. It's a whimsical witch movie.
Exactly. So those are our thoughts on Hocus Pocus 2.
It's good. Don't believe people.
Yeah, don't go along with the negative reviews.
Don't believe us either. Yeah. Watch it for yourself if you want to watch it.
Yeah, if you have Disney Plus, I mean, it's there for free, so just go and watch it. So we're going to make our way to Not Scary Farm. All right, thank you for watching.
Oh.